Get on down.
Selection. Welcome to the Matrix. Starting off, this is the Squid channel. All squid, all the time. It's a way of thinking that's non-conducive to other people's thinking and reality and society. Kind of one and the same, kind of like the middle of a sandwich, but in between. I'm just trying to get into my surroundings, new surroundings, trying to get you, the audience, if you're actually viewing this. I feel sorry for you. Oh, that's great though. Aside from the angst though, if you do tend to watch this, it is a monstrosity in the making, and it is more like an experiment in just having fun. I'm not typically hiding my face, but off and on I'll pop out and be like, "Sup?" Got squinty little eyes, you know. I'm trying a few things here and there, and so the first part of this discussion is imagining between 10 and 11th dimensions. Yeah, that's right, dimensional stuff. It's great, it's cool, stick with it, you'll blow your mind. You should get high or drunk or something at this point, otherwise you probably won't understand that later. I'm gonna watch this guy's video, which I'm going to try and put the link here. I suggest you watch it and then come back to me explaining it at certain points. It's in two parts. I suggest you subscribe to his channel because he has over 1 million views and has thousands of likes, so you know, it's not like what he's saying doesn't make sense to a lot of people. You know, if you like dislike it or you're like, ah, screw this, you're probably at that 100%, like, I guess on here it'd be 20%. No, 2.80%. Yeah, that don't get it. So you're like, here, you should go, like, watch this stuff or go elsewhere. It's cool, it's fine, I won't care if you don't. Okay, so about 1:50 in, right before a split, okay, section 2 of this thing, it just gets done talking about the Flatlander. So if you can comprehend that much, to he and he, okay, it's like, okay, you need death. So it's going to get into that. But I thought it important to note out that when he said to a Flatlander, what would a three-dimensional object look like, he used a balloon. It was cross-sections, much like you would see in, what is a CAT scan or MRI scanner or something like that. Yeah, something like that. I'm being facetious, by the way. Scientist, and you can Google this. Like, seriously, Google it. If you don't find it, I'll Google it. I'll find it. I'll be like, yo, link. Okay. They have noticed a possible, somehow at the end of the universe, this bubble. The bubble, or the quasi-wazi weird thing, a cold spot. And this cold spot is too cold. They said it is cold. It is really cold. Like, Mr. Freeze would have a boner for it. Cold. Compared to the rest of the universe, no other part of the universe has this cold spot. Well, when they look at this and the section of this, it resembles that cross-section of a balloon, which they feel might be an undulating bubble or gobbly stuff. If we take that in consideration, we could be looking at another dimension that's pressing up this, even if it's another universe. That's much like two of the same cars parking next to each other, and then the doors touching, and you're like, oh hey, we have the same car. And let's exchange information. We're going to move on to a split, and I don't know if I have anything on to that until we get into 3 dimensions, just to catch up on you and be like, hey, Google it. 2:50 in, it just gets done talking about some stuff about folding stuff, right? Okay. Well, if some of you can remember the Stargate SG-1 episode, where, I don't know, it was maybe the Nox or the Vodka or something, I don't know, came down and they were like, hey, we're lost, we're stranded, help us brothers out and we'll, like, never talk to you again. So they're like, cool. Well, the one guy was explaining to Daniel Jackson how they communicate, I guess, faster than light travel or whatever. And he just got two branches, and he's like, put them together. And he's like, oh, you're talking about wormholes and dimensional solution. And he's like, oh, you're so young, but no, that's wrong. And Daniel was just like, hurt. It's like the writers who wrote this said, we don't even know what it means. It just sounds cool. This is just how it works for us on a scale we can try to slowly understand in a logical way, thinking about it objectively to reality, but then, subjectively to science. I think that's right. Okay, so at this point he just gets done saying the word long undulating snake or something like that. We all know undulating, whatever the hell, we know what it is. Awesome, cool. Back to the Stargate reference. You can kind of put it together here. See, I forgot about it. If you were to think of this as divine, okay, you were sending a message from your past to your future back to your past, or vice versa. And maybe that's how it works. Maybe it's higher up in that dimension that there's technology that can do that. Now, why is this important? Because if you think about it along these lines, just for now, like fiber optics of dimensions, right? That's cool. Perhaps it does work that way. We don't know that it doesn't, and since we can't observe if it does, technically I guess that would make it doesn't actually work, but we're thinking it consciously, so that's like observation through objective, open-ended questions. Pour que, or que, or why, whatever the other languages are. So, there are two movies, here and here. This is Donnie Darko, this is The Box. The movie Donnie Darko, for whatever reason, there's a turbine flown through the air and lands on Donnie Darko's house. Well, the movie starts out with him being out of it, and he's just like, fuck. Without giving too much away, the same things are true about maybe smaller dimensions in dimensions. You say you get up to these dimensional levels. Well, you break this down, it's a measurement, so what's in between, if anything? Perhaps it's like gears of dimensional workings that all just work into one big, finite, undulating mess. Here. Previews, check them out, watch these movies, watch them 5 times in a row if you want to understand the bullshit that's in these things. Starting from about 450, starts talking about time and probability chains. I think I like to show it this way. Imagine that you just got high watching this video, and let's say it was pot. So you just got high from smoking pot, and now you got some munchies. So you pause the video, you come back, and you just thought, man, where the fuck did I go in the kitchen for? I need to go out again. So you pause the video, and you come back and you're like, alright, I remembered this time. I did a little bit better. I got something to eat. What was that guy saying? Rewind the video, and then the vicious cycle happens once again. So if you're here to this point now, star somewhere. I have Hercule in a box. That was to demonstrate how we can, in a way, understand what time is for us. The time it took from us to go from where we were to get to the kitchen to figure out what we needed to do. Now, the 5th dimension is a layer on top of that choice, saying we could do that, or we could not do that. Or, like in the situation may have been, you forgot to do that, so you went back a second time. Needless to say, if a car crashed into your house, this happens more often than you think. Don't think it doesn't, it does. Car crashed into your kitchen, and you were in there. You might have died. why would you care? You wouldn't be watching YouTube anymore. But it's a good thing you forgot, because then when you went back, there was a car in your kitchen, but you didn't die. You just got what you wanted from the fish and went back to where you were. They didn't worry about the car. You were too fucking high to worry about it. That has to do with luck, chance, I don't know, Dungeon Master rolling some dice, and figuring out your fate based on what you do and do not observe and how you feel and think about it. You can't deny them one way or the other. You do feel, some people don't, therefore some have to know the comparison. And some people think, some people don't. That seems the way it goes, wishy-washy back and forth. Thinking, doing, not doing, feeling, feeling, not feeling. It's like having a bad hand at poker. Fuck! Yeah, I'm cool. What you got? Okay. So now we have him going into the second video. So if you're caught up so far, I can really hope you can keep up with what he's saying so far. If not, try and just rewatch it like 100 times. You'll be fine. You'll figure it out. And then once you figure it out, you're like, the fuck is a six-fold? Another bad hand. Shit. Go on to the second video, and I'll be there, waiting for you. Go for it. Do it now. Come on. Waiting. Click it!